So these kind of leafy urban settings are, well, this is like Paris for me. Philip was wondering why I'm desperate to get into Hollywood. In fact, I'm not all that desperate. But I do think that somebody needs to hold Alex Salmond to account. I'm assuming he's going to be the First Minister, and some of the things that he will do, I'll agree with, but others I won't. And especially I won't agree with what I think is the 13 years actually of abandonment of Glasgow. Even the late Donald Dewar and the Labour First Ministers that there have been since Donald Dewar have repaid the political loyalty of the city of Glasgow very scantily, I must say. I mean, we're against wars and all that. We're against the Royal Air Force going over to other countries to bomb them. But driving around Glasgow, you often think the Royal Air Force has been bombing us. He's gone now, bin Laden. And he wasn't even in Afghanistan. I think that's probably a good note to say we should end this war in Afghanistan now, shouldn't we? There's no reason any longer for being there. So Glasgow, which has levels of unemployment which are really a national disgrace. I mean, the two mainstream parties, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, two cheeks of the same arse, are competing with each other, vying with each other as to who can send the young people to jail quicker than the other. Mandatory sentences and short, sharp and not so short, sharp shocks and all that. But actually, when you look at the unemployment statistics for young people under the age of 25, in Glasgow, 1 in 3, in the whole of Glasgow, 1 in 3 young people under 25 are unemployed. In the East End of the city, it's 1 in 2, 50%. 1 in every 2 young people under 25 in the East End of Glasgow is unemployed. Now, if that's not an accident waiting to happen, I really don't know what is. The people who should be in jail are not the young people on the streets of Glasgow, but the political class which has left us in this situation. And the bankers that they bailed out with all these billions, which, as far as I can see, are merely being recycled in bankers' bonuses. So it's my belief that in a city like Glasgow, we're in the Carlton, not that far from here, a couple of miles, you could be in the Carlton. And if you were unfortunate enough to have been born, brought up and be living in the Carlton, the average life expectancy for males in Carlton is 53.9. That's a fact. That's an official statistic. In Gaza, it's 70. It's come to that you'll live longer in Gaza than you will in Glasgow. And if that doesn't all add up to a political scandal, if that doesn't all add up to an indictment on the political representation of the city of Glasgow, I don't know what would. That's assuming we have political representation. I hope that we'll get your support in the ballot, on the second ballot, on the pink ballot paper, third from the bottom of that, no doubt, long ballot paper. You'll find the words, George Galloway, respect, coalition against cuts. And we do what it says on the tin. We'll oppose the cuts because Glasgow needs more public services, not fewer. We'll oppose the cuts because Glasgow needs more public expenditure, not less. And because Glasgow needs more jobs, not more unemployment. I think that's a manifesto that chimes with a lot of people. Hopefully it will chime with you. So thanks very much indeed to the performers who've been absolutely magnificent. Thanks to the workers here in the Oran Moor for the hospitality that they have given us. But really, thanks most of all of you for coming, and I hope that we'll see you at the ballot boxes on Thursday. Thank you very much.